Hello, teacher.
Hi, Larissa. Good afternoon.
Hmm. Okay.
Should we wait for Daniel? What do you think?
No, he can't pass class today.
All right, no worries. Okay, so whenever you can, please join me to the game. We're going to see a very interesting topic today. So
Okay.
you have the link of the game on the chat. And it's a little bit long game. However, it will help you see if you have any knowledge related with this topic. Okay. So,
Okay.
all right. So let's start. All right, let's read the sentence. Just very polite. He offered does, do, to do, doing the dishes. All right, let's read the sentence.
John's very polite. He offered to do the dishes after the meal.
Excellent. Yes. So pay attention in all the exercises. We are going to have the verb marked. So you have to take a look to that part. All right. For example, here we have a verb of offer or offered. Right.
Okay.
So after this verb, there is a certain type of verb that we can put. For example, in this case, not to do. No, okay, we're going to see some examples in a moment. All right, let's take a look to the verbs. Next. Okay, hope. Thanks for coming. We hope. What do you think? It's to see, or see you again. That's fine. Let's read the sentence.
Thanks for coming. We hope to see you again soon. Always have a to.
It depends of the verb. So today we're going to see this game is quite long, as you can see here. It's very long. But what we're going to see is we're going to try to recognize the verbs, and with different verbs, the verb that comes after is either going to be like this, for example, to see, or it could be, if it's other verb, it could be sing. So we have to choose between two options. Is it in infinitive? This is called infinitive, or is in gerund? When we have the ing in the verb, it's called a gerund. So it's one or another. But we're gonna try to just recognize the verbs. All right, in this case was hope. So after hope, we have an infinitive. All right, let's continue. Next. All right, you forgot, what do you think? To take, taking, to take out, or taking out. But you already have out here, no? Excellent. Let's read the sentence.
You forgot to take out the garbage last night. It's still in the kitchen.
Excellent. So remember, forgot, we use it to in any verb, no? To whatever. Take, buy, to whatever. Great job. Next. What about here? Organize the idea. What it goes first? What goes second? What goes
Mm. Mm.
worries? We have a lot of time. Just try to think which one goes first. All right, let's read the sentence, please.
We would like to travel around the world, but we don't know where to go first.
Excellent. So for example, here, would like, after would like, we are using infinitive, right? To travel, it could be to move, to anything. Next one. Okay. Complete the idea using a WH word. So, my brother's always busy. I don't know. A WH, it could be what, where, what, when, how much, how many.
Okay.
What. All right. So that's correct. Let's read the sentence.
My brother's always busy. I don't know when to call him.
Let's see. James still reading because he's finished what? Writing, write, write, or wrote. Which one is correct?
Right.
All right. I think my internet is a little bit slow, but can you read the sentence, please?
James
With the
is
correct answer.
celebrating because he is finished writing his book.
Excellent. So after finish, it's a verb with ing. Next one. We stopped studying, to study, or study. All right. Can you read the sentence, please?
We stopped studying German because we didn't like the classes.
Excellent. Very good. So after stop, we have a verb with ing. No, it's called a gerund. Great job. Next one. Okay, what about enjoy? They enjoy listen to, listening to, listen to, or listening to. All right, let's read the sentence.
They enjoy listening to music while they're running.
Excellent. Great job. All right, next. You have to type. Okay, using this verb, what do you think? How do we start the sentence? Is it just write, to write, or writing? What do you think? A funny message to a friend makes you feel better.
Mm.
Right. So let's read the sentence.
Writing a funny message to a friend makes you feel better.
Excellent. Very good. Let's see. All right. He's very good at, what do you think? Or to organize, organizing, organize. Great job. Let's see, let's read the sentence.
He's very good at organizing parties.
Mhm. Excellent. Very good. Okay, we have to type too. So what do you think? We do. How do we put do here? He hates. All right, great. Let's read the sentence.
He hates doing housework. He really doesn't like it.
Great job. Okay, let's see the next one. All right, so let's take a look to this information. So mostly infinitives and gerunds. We're gonna skip the video. I don't think it's downloading. Let me check 1 second. Maybe because of my internet. All right. So we're going to skip the video. I'm going to show you a page that I'm going to share with you. So if you just give me 1 second, please. So I'm sharing this page with you. So in this page, we have a list of verbs that we use before one or another. So remember I told you gerunds is when we use to in the verb, right? So to recognize, to say, etc. No, sorry, gerund is ing, sorry. So after these verbs, no, this is the definition. After this, the list of these verbs, allow, anticipate, etc. is a long list. Okay, but each of them have a definition, and then we have the example. So after the verb, the gerund of the verb, it's going to have always ing. No, that's the gerund. So for example, John, this is not to hate, not abhor or to hate working. So the verb after abhor is going to be in gerund, right? ing. Or knowledge, for example. She knowledge his ing, right? Always with this after the list of these verbs, the verb that we have afterwards, it finishes in ing, always, okay? After admit, advise, etc. We're going to practice a lot today. We're going to see actually this topic many times because it has some rules. However, this is the first time we're seeing this, no? So there is a long list for gerunds, and right after we have the list for infinitives. Infinitives is when we have to and then the verb, right? So after agree, we always have a infinitive, right? For example, to help, it could be anything, no? But after agreed, we have to have an infinitive. That's the rule, all right? For example, appear, let me the same, no? She appear, any verb, not to, for example. So this list is also a quite long list. We always use the infinitive, no? To fire, to help, to whatever, no? But always we have to try to remember, to recognize. I will say it's difficult to memorize, but the more we practice, the more you will remember and recognize. All right, so that's the explanation. We're not gonna watch that video because like I mentioned, it's too long.
Okay.
All right, so let's see the next exercise. You have the page, by the way, but you don't need it right now. Right now, we're just playing. All right, let's try to organize the idea. So which of these words or boxes does it go first? Okay, excellent. Let's read the sentence.
We don't have to a uniform at the school.
Excellent. Let's see. Okay, another puzzle. We have to organize this. What goes first? Could you read a sentence, please?
You must not or mustn't.
Mustn't. Yes, that's correct.
You mustn't include chocolate on this diet.
You mustn't include.
Include, okay. Include chocolate.
Great. Let's see them. Great job. Okay. All right. So what do you think it goes here? Must have can. All right. Will you read a sentence, please?
We have to be at work by 8. It's very important to be on time.
So we're going to pause the game here to explain a little bit of the topic. All right. So we're going to finish. Oh, I should have an option to finish here. Oh, sorry. All right, let's do this last one. So what do you think? What it goes there? Okay, excellent. Let's read this last sentence.
You can't use cell phone here. There's the prohibition sign.
Excellent. All right. So let's take a look to this, to the explanation of the topic. So we can find how to finish the game soon, but it's fine. So let's start explaining some of these. You can leave the game if you want to. We're gonna have another game in a little bit, but let me explain a little bit of this topic. So like I mentioned, there are two topics which are very similar, and the rule or the form is the same. However, we have to try to remember the list of verbs, right? For infinitives, we have a list. For gerunds, we have another list, but it's the same always, right? An infinitive is when we have the word to, and the verb in the base form. So basically, let's an example. Could you read this 2 sentences?
Maggie wants a boyfriend. It's now. Maggie wants to ask Brian to the dance.
Excellent.
Infinitive.
Yes, excellent. So today we're learning how to use infinitive. So this is just a regular sense, right? This is present simple. Maggie wants a boyfriend, right? However, when we are going to include a noun, for instance, here we're talking about a person who Maggie wants to ask to go to the dance. No, and here we're mentioning another person, right? Maggie wants to ask Brian to the dance. So when we introduce in some situations, we can introduce a person or another thing. No, there is more than one just sentence. No, it's just it's a little bit more. There is more information in the sentence. There is when we have these two verbs, right? Because this is one verb and then we have another one, right? She wants to ask. No, she has two needs in the sentence. She wants to ask. It's not just saying she wants a boyfriend, right? She wants to ask this guy to the dance, right? So in these situations, when we want to be a little bit more, well, we want to be more specific about something, we're going to use either a gerund or an infinitive. So in this example, we are seeing a infinitive, right? Infinitive is formed by a to in the base form of the verb. So because this verb want, it's in the list to use with gerunds, we, for infinitives, we use an infinitive after, right? Every time we see want, we can use, if we are giving more information, obviously, or if we're introducing another person in the sentence, we can use a verb in infinitive form, but it could be anything, any verb, right? Maggie wants to, I don't know, invite Brian to the dance. It could be to, right? Or Maggie wants to convince Brian to the dance. No? So, but it's always going to be in the infinitive form, right? To and the simple form of the verb. All right, that's infinitive. That is called an infinitive. All right, so we're going to learn some of these verbs that goes before the infinitive. All right, so the first one is want. Let's see the next one. Okay, these are other verbs. Could you read the 3 examples, please?
Okay. Decide. Louis decided to leave early. He didn't like the movie.
Excellent. Next one, please.
Forget. Chris often forgets to pay the rent. He often doesn't pay the rent. Learn. Kate learned to speak Italian last summer. Kate can speak Italian now.
Excellent. So if we pay attention to the verbs, it's not always going to be in present, right? It could be in any tense. So for example, decide is in past tense, right? Luis, Luis decide. No, it's past tense. To leave, no, that's the infinitive. No? Forget, no, this is in simple, present simple, no, forget. And in the last one, we have learn, but it's also in past tense, not learned, past tense. So it doesn't matter in which tense we have the verb, it's always going to be followed by an infinitive, no? To leave, to pay, to speak. All right, so remember we already see want, it's for infinitive, now decide, forget, and learn. These are the most common ones. But as you see in the page, the list is quite big. No, but we learn maybe memorizing and just practicing. No, with more practice, you will recognize. All right, let's see the next, please. Any questions, Larissa?
In the practice.
Yes, yes. It's just try to remember the verbs. That's all. Let's see the next one. Will you read the sentence?
Sam needs to call me. I have to speak to Sam. Sam doesn't plan to have children. Right now, Sam doesn't want to have children. I promise to call you tomorrow. I will call you tomorrow.
Yes. And so each time, no, the verb changes a little bit maybe. It's not in the base form, no? But here needs, no? Plan, for example, here it's in negative, no? It's followed by an infinitive. And also here, we already seen one in the first slide, right? And promise, same, it's just in present. No? But after each verb, it's always followed by an infinitive, all right? There are some situations where just some, I remember, I think, I'm not sure. I think there are 4 or 5 verbs that I'm going to show you at the end where we can use both. We can use infinitives and gerunds. But there are, I think, at most, I think there are 6 verbs, no more than that, where you can use both and the meaning doesn't change. And I think there are 4 when the meaning changes. But we're going to see this later, all right?
Okay.
Let's see the next slide. So if I'm not wrong here, we're going to see how to make questions. Oh, sorry, we have a little bit. What?
They want to leave now. They aren't happy here. I would like to order a salad. Please give me a salad.
Excellent. So here is the same. Want, after, infinitive, to leave, or would like, to order. Now the use of would like, it's also always related with something, with an interest maybe that you have, not something that you are attracted. So you would like to do what? So please. Sorry, my computer. Okay, next one. Now, when we make questions with verbs and infinitives, we have to use them like this. So again, can make questions in any tense, no? Present, past, future, usually questions goes in present. No? However, in this case, this is a closed type of question and here is information question, right? Let's read the first one. You're going to be Anna and I'll be Luis. Thank you.
Did Chris forget to pay their rent again?
Yes, he did. He'll pay it tomorrow. Right now, can you be Amy, please? I'll be Kate.
Why do they want to leave right now?
They're not having a good time, I guess. All right, so in both cases, we have different type of questions, right? This is a yes, no type of question, no, because starting with an auxiliary verb. In the second one is an information type of question. However, in both cases, we have the verb that is related with the question, right? They want to know about these 2 information. No? They forget not just, they forget the rent, they forget to pay. Not if they're being more specific, right? So we also use the infinitive, not to pay. Or what do they, we're not just saying why do they live right now? Or why are they living right now? No, we're being more specific. Why do they want to live? No, so it's always when we use infinitives or gerunds, we're trying to give or maybe ask more information, right? The sentence is going to be a little bit more complete with whatever we're explaining or maybe asking, etc. All right. So any questions here?
No, no, teacher.
All right. So right now we're seeing infinitives. Remember, infinitives, it's formed by 2 and the base form of the verb, right? It's always the base form. Okay. Now, gerunds is basically when we put ing to the base form of the simple form or base form of the verb. No, when we put the ing, that's a gerund. So, I'm sorry. Could you read these 2 sentences, please?
Okay. Amy enjoys reading books. Here are some verbs. Okay. Anna enjoys dancing. Anna likes to dance.
Excellent. So this is the first verb we're seeing enjoy. So enjoy, it's just used with gerunds, right? She enjoys, for example, what type of things do you enjoy, Larissa? What do you like? What do you enjoy on your free time? Or maybe you have any hobbies? How can you mention some?
I enjoy running.
All right, yes. So that's correct, right? Because it's always followed by ing. So for example, if you have maybe a pet, maybe a puppy or a small pet, no, usually when they're small, especially dogs, they enjoy running, right? Or kids enjoy playing games. Or maybe all people enjoy watching TV. So always after enjoy, not the verb, it's followed by ing. Now the first verb that it was enjoy, right? And enjoys dancing. Basically, she likes to dance, right? Let's see the next sentence. Next verb, feel like. Could you read the sentence?
Paul feels like cooking. Paul wants to cook something.
So here we're seeing another verb, right? Remember, this is from infinitives, right? Infinitive, doesn't matter, no? It's always going to be followed by a infinitive. Infinitive, verb infinitive, right? Let's see the next sentence.
The telephone keeps ringing, ringing,
Ringing.
ringing. The telephone is ringing a lot today. Emmy misses seeing her family. Emmy would like to see her family in Japan.
Excellent. So no, after the verb, each of these verbs, we've seen enjoy already, no? Feel like, keep, and miss. We're always going to have a gerund after, all right? A verb with ing. It could be any verb, but it has to end in ing, all right? So for example, here, remember, will like, it was for a infinitive, right? So that's why we have to see. She will like to see. So we're more specific. No, we have two verbs. We use this a lot. Maybe we don't realize, but this is how we speak most of the time. When we're more specific, we usually we use two verbs, right? And any questions here, Lisa?
No, teacher.
All right, great. Now let's see some of the most, well, some other verbs, which are the most common. Oh, all right, sorry. So when we add the verb to, it gives negative. Oh no, what is it? Sorry. No, sorry. I don't know what happened, but it was all. All right. So these are some of the most common verbs that we use with gerunds. All right. So let's practice another exercise, another game, and let's see if you recognize a little bit better. All right. So give me just 1 second until I run it. You can go to Kahoot meanwhile. Okay, sorry. Run the game. 1 second. I'll try one. It always happens with Kahoot. All right. All right. 1 second, please. Ink. Share the link with you. All right, you have the link on the chat. Just join me there. All right. First one. Okay. Fancy. It means like, do you like? Or would you like? That's fancy. It's an expression, like a British expression. So what do you think? Eat out, eating out, to eat out. Correct. Let's read the sentence.
Fancy eating out tonight?
Let's do the next one. Okay, so this is a question. Remember one? How do we put the sentence? Stay. Does it change? It's the same? It's different? Let's see. Yes. Just because we already had the two. No, it was a tip.
Okay.
Could you read the question, please?
Do you want to stay at home tonight?
Excellent. Excellent. All right, same thing here. This is would like, right? I would like. How do we put the verb? Discuss. All right, correct. Let's read the sentence, please.
I'd like to discuss a few things with you.
Excellent. The apostrophe D is would, right? I would. So it's correct. I'd like to. Correct. So we always use infinitive. All right, next one. What do you think here? I'd rather. We haven't seen it. What do you think? I'd rather. I would rather. Not this the I apostrophe D. I would rather.
I'm sorry.
Sometimes we just try to, we should try to listen and see which one sounds better. I would rather go or I would rather going. Sometimes when we listen, we already listen some of these expressions. We get to the idea faster, but it's fine if we make mistakes, no? Let's read.
What's me, rather?
Prefer. Like I will prefer.
Okay.
Let's read the sentence.
I'd rather go somewhere else.
Excellent. So apparently it was just go, right? We didn't have any use of one or another. No, it was just an expression. Okay, what about here? You'd better, how can we complete this sentence? Use a gerund, an infinitive, maybe a sentence. Well, it sounds correct. All right. Let's read the sentence.
You'd better not eat so much junk food.
So here, well, it looked like maybe a sentence for a gerund or infinitive. However, it was. So you'd better or would rather, we just use the base form of the verb, right? Like in the previous one, just the base form.
What is junk?
Junk, like fast food. Junk is like trash. Basically nothing, no? Okay, what about here? I'll never forget, what do you think? Wing, winning, or maybe other word. All right. After forget, yes, we use Jeff. That's fine. No worries. Let's read the sentence.
I'll never forget winning the competition.
Excellent. Read next. All right. Same thing. Promise. What do you think? I promise helping or to help, or maybe other way. Verb. But pay attention. It's promise. Correct. Let's read the sentence, please.
I promise to help her.
Excellent. So after promise, we have an infinitive. Very good. Next one. Okay, what do you think? Advice. I advise them. Bye. 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 All right. Great. Let's read the sentence, please.
I advise them to buy the car.
Excellent. Very good. So after advice, we use an infinite. Next. Okay, we have considered. What do you think? After consider, have you ever considered? Have. Right. Was a germ. Let's read the question.
Have you ever considered having plastic surgery?
Excellent. So after consider, we use a germ. Okay. What about here? It says keep on work. How can we complete the sentence? Correct. Let's read the sentence.
Keep on working and you will soon finish.
You will soon.
Soon finish.
So after keep, we use a germ. Okay. Question. How about go? Going to go. All right, that's fine. Let's read the question.
How about going out tonight?
All right, that was the question. That's it. Okay, allow. My parents allow me to throw. To throw is to pensar, votar, mandar, organizar, ¿no? Hacerme. So we're learning, no worries. After allow, we use infinite. Let's read the sentence.
My parents allowed me to throw my birthday party.
Excellent. Imagine. Imagine travel. How do we put the verb travel? Imagine.
Double L.
Let's read the sentence.
Imagine traveling around the world with a lot of money.
So after imagine, we use Jared. Next. All right, try. How do we put it? All right. Correct. Very good.
Try to eat something, it will do you good.
Excellent. Very good. After try, we use infinite. Next. Forgot. After forgot, how do we put the verb by? Okay, great. Let's read the sentence, please.
I forgot to buy the flowers. She will be angry.
Excellent. Great. Excellent. All right. What about here? Regret. He regretted. What about apologize, but in negative? All right, correct. Let's read the sentence, please.
He regrets.
He regretted.
Regret.
Yes, he regretted.
He regretted not apologizing to her.
Excellent. Correct.
What is he regret?
Regret is when you do something and then you, after it happens, you want to change it. And I don't know the word in Spanish. What's the word? But it's, for example, you have a puppy, maybe a pet, and you leave it at home, maybe inside of your house because it's raining. And then when you're back, you see that your dog have eaten everything in your house and he destroyed everything. So you regret leaving your dog inside of your house. I believe is, I forgot the word in Spanish, sorry. Let me check. I cannot see it. Yeah, I cannot make it work. But regret is that when you do something, okay, and you don't want it to happen again, right? And you're like, you understand?
Yes, like, me arrepiento.
Exactly. Yes, yes, yes. When you don't want that to happen, but you can, right? But it's just that feeling of regret. All right. This is a saying. All right. It's a famous saying. There's no point. What do you think? Cry. Cry, crying, to cry. Excellent. Let's read the saying, please.
There's no point crying over split milk.
Do you understand the meaning of split?
Tumbar? No.
Yes, could be split, yes. Echar, no? Derramar, split. No, this is a saying, no? A very famous saying. Dicho saying. All right, next one. I'm not used to, what do you think? Get. So in this case, the two wasn't maybe a help for the word. The word used to goes together, right? Used to, this negative, no? But I'm used to, I don't know, waking up early every morning, or I'm not used to eating vegetables in every meal, no? Used to goes together. But after used to, because it's a phrase, talk about maybe a routine in the past, it's always followed by infinite, no, sorry, gerund, right? But it's used to, no, it's a very specific phrase that goes together, used to, this always goes together.
Okay.
And it's used to talk about routines that in the past, no? I'm used to, or I'm used to, or I was used to doing a lot of exercise last year or when I was a child. No, it's for the past tense. Used. All right, let's see this. I'm fed up. It's like when you don't want this, you hate this, you don't, makes you maybe impatient. Let's fed up. You're fed up. Wait, waiting. Great. Let's read the sentence.
I'm fed up with waiting.
Excellent. Wait. No, that's fed up. Like when you don't want to do that anymore. Like it makes you angry. No, como que estás al top, something like that. Okay, prefers. What about here? She prefers. Drinking. What is it? All right. Let's read the sentence, please.
She prefers drinking strong tea.
Excellent. Very good. After prefer, use. I couldn't resist. Eating, to eat. Correct. Let's read the sentence.
I couldn't resist eating all the cookies.
Good. Excellent. Very good. Next one. All right. They refused. No, refuse is when you don't want to do that. No, you no. So Correct. Let's read the sentence, please.
They refused to call the police.
Excellent. So they didn't want to call the police. No? Excellent. Next. Feel like. Remember? I feel like. What is it? Right. That's fine. Feel like it's usually followed by infinitive. No? Let's read the sentence.
I feel like drinking cappuccino.
Excellent. So this feel like is like when you want to do something, like it could be like an antojo to do something, but it's not just for food. It could be like I feel like playing basketball, or I feel like riding my bike. No, it could be about anything, not just food. Like not the word antojo in Spanish. No, it's about anything, something that maybe you want to do.
At the moment.
Yes, at the moment.
Yeah.
All right. So this is a specific verb. All right. There is always this, we get confused, no? Because we have more than one verb. However, it should be one or another, right? However, this is a modal verb. And if you remember, with all the modal verbs, we always have the base form of the verb. So for example, it's always going to be have, no? Or she will have, or she can have, or she, no, with all the modals, it's always followed by the base form. Let's read the sentence, please.
Okay. She must have a rest now.
Excellent. Very good. No, because it's not modal verb. Okay, okay, what about remember? This is a question. Remember. Do you remember surf? All right, great job. Let's read the question, please.
Do you remember surfing in Tarifa?
Excellent. This is just a name, no? A place. Let's see the next one. Okay. Encourage. My parents are encouraged. My sister. What do you think the verb goes there? All right. Excellent. Let's read the sentence, please.
My parents encourage my sister to study medicine.
Excellent. All right. Encourage. Do you know the meaning of encourage?
Like encaminar.
It could be, yes. So like maybe motivate, no? I encourage you maybe to read in English or to watch shows in, no? It's like animar, maybe, that's encourage.
Okay.
Great. Next one. Okay. I used to, what about here? Listen. All right. All right, it was just listen, no? This used to, like I mentioned before, it's not a modal verb, but it's similar because it's talk about things that you do in your routine, maybe used. No, it's always in the past, but it's always followed by the base form of the verb. All right. It's similar to a modal verb, but it's just a little bit different. Let's read a sentence, please.
I used to listen flamenco.
Great. Let's see the next one. Okay, agree. I think we've seen this one already. Agree. I agreed. What do you think? Wait. Waiting. Wait. All right. Correct. Let's read the sentence.
I agreed to wait for a couple of months.
Excellent. Couple of months. Very good. Next. Okay, stop. How do we use the verb cry? All right. Great. Let's read the sentence.
Stop crying, please.
Great. Very good. Okay. Up. What do you think? It's gave up. Gave up past tense, no? He gave up. He gave up. No. No. Right. Let's read the sentence.
He gave up smoking 2 years ago.
Excellent. Do you know the meaning of gave up or give up, which is present?
Dejó, como que dejó de.
Yes, like quit or like stop doing. No, they stopped doing this. For example, smoke. No? Very good. Next one. Okay, remember. We've seen at this one already. Remember. How do we use call? Correct. Let's read the sentence.
Please remember to call me tomorrow.
Great. Remember, it's used with. Next one. Risk. Lose. Right. Risk, no, is with. Let's read the sentence, please.
Don't risk losing your job acting like that.
That's correct. Very good. So risk, it's with infinite. No, sorry, Jared. All right, regret. I regret informing or to inform. All right, correct. Let's read the sentence, please.
I regret to inform you that you failed the exam.
You failed.
You failed.
It's past tense of failed, no? Failed. You failed like you didn't pass the exam. No, you had a low score or a bad score.
Okay.
So regret, we use it with infinitive. Very good. I think we have 3 left. Okay, would you, this is a question. Would you mind a little turn? Let's read the sentence. Oh, but the question.
Will you mind turning the volume down, please?
Excellent. So in the use of would you, we use it with gerund. To left, look forward. It's like you can't wait. Like, I can't wait to. All right, great. All right. So this look, we look forward to, not to look. We use infinitive. Let's read the sentence.
I look forward to going to the party next weekend.
Excellent. Very good. And finally, I can't stand. Negative. No, stand is aguantar, soportar. Maybe you don't like them. Now peel. No, to peel, to cut the skin. All right, great. Now let's read the sentence.
I can't stand peeling the potatoes.
The potatoes. All right. Yes, great. So as you've seen, there are many verbs, right? There are many verbs. And well, obviously it was just you playing. So we're going to close this, but great job. You did very good. It's not always a very easy topic because there are many verbs, right? You have the list of the verbs on the chat, not from this page. I like that one because it has the meaning. So I think it was this one. Because you can read, if you don't know the meaning, you can read the meaning here, right? And you have an example. So I'm going to share this exercise with you. And basically, what you're going to do is just to work on the spaces. You can check the page if you want to see, no? But here you have a list of verbs. No, for A, you have this list of verbs. So you can write it here, no? And you can choose between the verbs. And here is telling us to use the gerund form, no, with this list of verbs. In the other one is asking the infinitive with this list of verbs, no? And that's the easy part. In the second part, now you're going to choose if it's a gerund or infinitive. No, and all the verbs are here: meet, go, visit, etc. No, and lastly, the last part, you have to use your own ideas. You're going to talk about you, and you're going to complete these ideas. For example, I like. What do you think it goes? I like eating chocolate, or I like to eat chocolate. Which one do you think is correct? But you're going to talk about you, not about Larissa. So you're going to fill all the sentences, and that's all. So any questions, Larissa?
No.
All right. Excellent. So you already have the link on the chat. No, you can read, you can write, I mean, in all the spaces. So I'll turn off my microphone and my camera. So, but I'll be here listening. If you have any questions, I'll be helping you. All right.
Okay.
Maybe you can share your screen so I can see and try to help you if you have any problems. I'll turn off my camera for a moment. So whenever you can share your screen, please. Thank you very much. All right, so let's choose the correct verbs. All right, Alisa, what do you think? Did you finish?
Yes, I think so.
All right. Let's review your answers. Um, so let's review the first part. So we cannot see very well the screen. One second. All right, there. Okay. So the first one we have will like. No, we like. No, it's just like. So it's cooking. Nice.
Okay.
Then we have like.
Okay.
Mhm.
Cooking dinner for our family.
Excellent.
I hate watching
Correct.
horror movies alone.
Yes, horror.
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 Horror. Yes, it sounds like not like hot. Horror.
I hate watching horror movies alone.
Mhm.
She enjoys working with children.
Mhm. Yes, correct.
My brother doesn't mind to help me.
This one is also helping.
Helping?
Mhm.
Helping me?
Yes, helping.
Help-
Actually, the 5 sentences are filled with gerund.
uh,
Now, if you fill the gaps with gerund. Mhm. And let's read the last sentence, please. Number 5, please.
Okay, I don't read that.
Okay, that's fine, no worries. But you did most of them correct, so that's fine. Let's read a sentence, please.
Okay, I would like to play tennis tomorrow. She
Mhm.
wants to study
Yes.
Spanish next year.
Mhm.
They decide to sell their house. I learned
Mhm.
to drive when I was 17. You need
Mhm.
to buy a ticket to go inside.
Excellent, correct.
Study.
Correct. Now let's see the next part, the second part. They're here. Yes, we have to choose between one or another. So the first one, what's the verb?
We need to study.
Mhm. Actually, it's just to study.
To study.
Yes, we need to study. When we have need, we use a infinitive. Let's read the rest of
We need to study a lot before the geography exam on Friday.
it. Correct.
Mm,
And the second one, what do you think?
She
Which
will,
one sounds better? Sometimes when we read it or when we think about it, we have the answer. No? What do you think? She would like meeting or she would like to meet her friend? Which one sounds better for you?
she would like to meet
Yes.
because it's cute. It's
All right.
meet a friend for lunch in a restaurant. Seeing and Elizabeth enjoy going for walks on the beach every day.
Yes, that's correct. And after enjoy, we have Jerry. Number 4.
And he wants to visit the Eiffel Tower when he goes to France.
Correct. After once, we have infinite. Next.
Frank and Sarah love to play the guitar in the evening.
That's
Play
all
or
right. So there is a difference. There are 3 verbs. Let me read the rule. So with verbs like the verbs that are used to talk about your preference, for example, hate, love, like, and prefer.
Mhm.
Hate, love, like, and prefer are usually followed by a gerund. That means a verb with ing when the meaning is general. All right. But when we're talking about a particular situation, we use the infinitive. So in this case, what do you think? Sarah, Frank and Sarah love.
Not this in general.
So it's
To play.
Because when it's general, it's in gerund. So it's playing. No?
Okay.
So for example, I love eating chocolate is general, right?
Yeah.
I like running outside. Every time is general. These four verbs: hate, love, like, and prefer. When it's general, we use it with ing, not the gerund. So this one was correct. Number 6, could you read at this?
They don't mind waiting in the queue, queue,
Huey.
queue
That's
for
correct.
ice cream.
That's correct. Very good. Number 7.
We decide to eat pasta with tomato sauce for dinner.
Excellent. Very good. Number 8.
I hate cleaning the kitchen.
So it's the same, right? When it's general,
Okay.
yeah. Number 9.
She learned playing the piano when she was a child.
Learn is used with infinitive. So 2.
Okay.
Number 9.
The children finish tidying
Yes.
bedroom.
Tidying. Tidying is like cleaning up or maybe organizing. No, that's tied up or just tied.
Okay.
Okay, next one.
I like running every weekend.
All right.
I love drinking ice cream.
I think that the correct verb
Eating.
for, yes, it could be eating.
Yes, that is my question.
Yeah.
In Spanish is tomar helado.
O beber, right?
But in English,
Is eating.
eating, eating. Okay.
That's correct. Number 3.
I would like visiting a beach for the summer.
I would like, it's with an infinitive if I'm not correct.
I would like to visit a beach.
Yes.
To visit.
Yes, excellent.
I don't mind waiting for an hour.
That's correct. Number 5.
I want to travel with my family.
Correct.
I need going to the supermarket.
This is actually need. It used with infinite.
Need. Okay.
Yes.
I enjoy playing with my dog.
Okay, correct.
I learned playing the piano the last year. Oh, it's only last year.
I learned playing the piano just last. Yes.
Last year. I finished to read my book. So I finished reading my book.
I finished. Yes, to read is correct.
To read?
Yes, I finished.
Because in this is finished
Oh
trying
yes, you're correct. Yes, it's Jared. Sorry.
reading.
Read.
I decide doing exercise this week.
Yeah, I decide. Let me check. I'm not sure.
To do.
Right. Infinite. I decide to.
To do exercise. Okay.
Learn. Yes, learn is also to. I learned to, sorry. Number 8, I learned to play.
Need to find infinitive.
Number 8, yes.
Okay, to play.
Yes, that's
In this case, she
learn.
learned
Playing the piano is general.
uh,
And oh, okay. Yours is also general.
is
I learned,
to play.
yes.
Okay. To play.
Mhm.
To do. Yes. Okay, it's a little difficult. This part.
Yes. It is just like it depends of the context. Sometimes there are some situations when it changes, when we use it in one way and then we can also use the other one in another way. But this is just the first time we're seeing this topic, so it's fine. Like I'd also mentioned, sometimes the same verb, it could be used in both ways with the same meaning. In some cases, we can use it, but the meaning changes. So it's, for example, I'm just going to make this up, but for example, I don't know, I'm just going to make this up, okay? I hated playing cards with my friends, or I hated how my teacher, or I hated all the homework my teacher gave me. So I'm just making this up. But in both situations, the meaning can change a little bit. When you understand, you're using it with gerund and infinitive, but the meaning can be totally different. So it's some exceptions, but we're going to see this later on. In some situations, we can also have an object, in some situations, a subject, or we can have the verbs the other way around. It's a big topic, but this is the first time, and I think you did very good for this first time we're learning this. So I'm not sure if you have any questions, Larissa, something that wasn't very clear, maybe.
No, for now, no. Not
Yes, well, there's some
we
other
can
rules.
practice.
Yes, we need to practice this, and I will advise you to maybe try to listen, maybe shows or some maybe documentaries, something in English where people talk. And I think that's one of the best ways to recognize this, because if you see that the list of verbs is long, it's
Yes.
very long. So it's going to be, it's not fun to just remember all the verbs, right? It's a lot. So I would advise you to maybe listen to podcasts, or maybe, I don't know, a TED Talk, or a documentary, something where a person is going to explain something else, and that is going to help you to maybe recognize. And you're going to start listening, and when you pay attention, you're going to see, oh, that's why there were two verbs there. Like, you understand, but when you pay attention, you understand better. So I would advise you to maybe listen, maybe a podcast, TED Talks, every now and then, and try to pay attention.
Okay, teacher.
All right. So let me run today's polls, and that will be it. Remember, this is the last week of classes, and you already have available everything, no?
I see.
All the quizzes, yes, and the final model quiz too, no? So if you have any questions or something is not clear, or you have any problems with the platform, let me know, and that will be it. I will see you tomorrow in the call.
Okay, teacher.
Okay.
See you. Bye bye.
Have a great night. Bye bye.